right. There he is, locked and loaded and ready to go. All right, so you're with Perk here. You shouldn't make a change because I think I saw the same kind of crap, unprepared, mistakes, just a team that typical abandoned the run, ran sometime and then abandoned it. Oh, that screen was great. Again, was just fantastic. I would make the change anyways tomorrow morning. You, sir, what would you do?
Wow, Big O, what a surprise. Of course, you're still going to make this change. No, I felt for Mike McDaniel to lose his job after this game, it would have had to take an obliteration, an embarrassing performance. There's no moral victories for this team. I know all of that. Everyone's got to say that. But you got to come away encouraged with how on a short week they went into Buffalo. Everyone was thinking they're just going to go lose by 3-4 touchdowns at a minimum. And they come in and they played right down to the final minutes, as they have several times. But then, same thing as per usual. Then the Bills make the play late to win the game, or the Dolphins make a play to lose the game. They made a couple of them in this case, and that's part of why the Bills remain superior in the AFC East, and the Dolphins are where they are, which right now is 0-3. But they didn't feel like an 0-3 team that has the sky falling on them. Right now from this game. No, I don't make a move. I feel like it's a bit of a soft part of the schedule coming up. I think on a long rest, they can bounce back against the Jets on the following Monday night and then pick up some wins, see where they are.
Wasn't it soft in the first two?
We think so, yeah. I mean, the Colts they look like they're a little better now than we thought going in. They're not as mediocre as probably we believed, and the Patriots, Mike Vrabel has Mike McDaniel and Tua's number. Maybe they're getting some things going. They were coming off a bad loss in their own right to the Raiders in week 1. So no, I'm not going to excuse them for that one. But point is, I'm not going all the way to that extreme of saying Mike McDaniel still needs to be fired off this loss. That's not where I would go right now. But there's still a long season.
Okay, Tua. I got to say, my boy is playing scared. He's getting baited now every single week with the underneath defender stealing the ball from him. It's happened 3 weeks in a row. What did he say in his press conference? Was he asked about these interceptions that he continues to not see, and he bullshitted and lied when he told you in week 1 that he did see the guy and that he was trying to, thread it in there. That's a bunch of crap because now it's happened 3 weeks in a row that the underneath guy steals the ball from him. What's going on in your eyes? What do you see?
Yeah, I did ask Tua about that interception, but he credited Terrell Bernard for making a play. The linebacker wasn't where he was expecting him to be. He was saying that 10 out of 10 times he would still make that progression. And now Mike McDaniel did say Tua needed to go to the flat again in that case. The Bills were keeping everything in front of them, forcing Tua to throw to the flat. That's why you saw so many throws to Achane out there, sometimes too many because the Bills were ready for some of them, like the one where he gets lit up by Shaq Thompson. And if it seemed like, if you keep going that way, then the Bills are certainly adjusting. But it was a very safe game for the most part, and that was one more where he did need to go to the flat, and he did not. He tried to force one, and there was a defender there in a spot where he wasn't expecting, but he no excuse. He has to see him and go through a progression, go to the next read.
Yeah, and that's why you had a bad average with Achane. With all those catches, it was a terrible average. Overall, It wasn't productive. But back to Tua, he's not going to admit that he's playing scared. He's not going to admit that he doesn't trust the offensive line. But, dude, watch it. It's obvious. He's looking down. He doesn't have his eyes up all the time. He's not focused all the time, and that's why he's making some mistakes. And he's, like I told Perk before, today he did something that everybody complains about, right? He doesn't extend plays. Well, he did it a couple times. He extended plays to complete passes, but it wasn't like an extending play. It was an extending play like he was running for his effing life. And that's why he was extending the play, because he had no choice. They were just running his ass out of the pocket. So that's why it happened. But to me, He's playing scared, dude. There's an issue there.
Yeah, but also, how else are you going to play right now behind this line? He's got backups on the at both positions on the right side of the line. It's Larry Borum, it's Keon Smith, and Keon Smith was benched within the game. He goes to Daniel Brunskill, so obviously more of a veteran. He's got more experience under his belt. But then on the interception, he's the one allowing that pressure to the Bills' defensive tackle, where he really stood no measure of resistance against the pass rush, and obviously Tua has the big D tackle in his face as he throws it. So yeah, I mean, I was impressed a couple times when he did get out there. I was like, oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. And Tua scrambled for that first down, got down right after the stick, so he had the awareness of where he needed to get to, slid right at the right time. And then there was one second down throwaway as he was running for his life that I tweeted in that moment after they converted following that was actually a great play. Was that he did not force anything. He lived to play another down, and I think that was a drive that ended up resulting in the touchdown. So some impressive instances when Tua was under duress.
Not enough Ollie Gordon, huh? It was
Yeah,
nice,
but you know what? They
but
did go to him, though. They did go to him at least.
I know, but I would have liked to seen a little bit. I would like to see it more featured and more centered around your offense, where HN complements him as a pass catcher instead of the running back, man, because he can punish people, dude. He can move, bodies, and I think you
Yeah.
need to have that. It was nice to get 8 carries. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I just
9, he got 9. Mhm.
9. I would like to see him get a little bit more, dude. I really would.
Yeah, well, 4 of those came on the first drive, so they really set a tone. And then it was kind of then. I remember looking back later, it might have been the third quarter, and he only had 6 at that point after I had just seen him get one. So it was like there was only one in between the first drive and that moment, when he got that other one. So they got away from it quite a bit. There were the 2 back-to-back 3-and-outs after the opening scripted drive, 2 back-to-back 3-and-outs, and they weren't running the ball. In those cases, and yeah, it did. The Bills' touchdown was sandwiched between those 2 empty drives, where you started where it's like we're going back and forth, trading blows, and then in that case fell behind 14-7 after starting with the lead. But then they fought back later and got back into it. But just that was a key moment as well to not go with them stride for stride with those 3-and-outs.
But you just backed me up there because of the 9 carries, 4 of them were in the first drive. So that
Yeah,
means
the
5
rest of the game. Yeah.
for the rest of the game. That's pathetic. And the other thing is, in 2 of the touchdown drives, he was a big factor in the run game.
Hmm.
And that's, okay, so you see the score, 2 of your touchdowns, he was a big part of it. Again, I would like your offense to switch over a little bit more to that, where you have a power running back and then you're playing HN off that power running back, and the receivers are playing off that power running back. I think that at least try it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got the size, he can punish people, maybe he can wear some people out in the third and fourth quarter, make it easy. You saw at the end of that half when they got that drive in, the Bills were kind of gassed on that drive. I don't know if you noticed. Did you
Hmm.
notice that?
No, I didn't have my eyes too much on them, but yeah, it's a good observation.
Second half when they got that, in the first half when they got that late drive, that
Hmm.
like the Bills felt that drive, bro, and that's because the run game was part of that drive also. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I just would
Those
like.
are the benefits. Those are the benefits of doing all those things. It's not just how many yards you're gaining per play. It's the establishing of a physical presence and showing that you can play smash mouth football to complement what the team is known as, which is the speed team and finesse offense. Is that you can do both things. I mean, Ollie Gordon is your avenue to bringing that presence.
Yeah, and keep Buffalo off the field because you
Yeah.
chew up the clock a little bit more by doing stuff like that. Overall, injury wise, they did suffer some injuries. What do you know?
Yeah, it was Jason Marshall. It was a hamstring injury for him, but no other update after he was ruled out at halftime. Originally questionable. We saw him limp away first to the injury tent and then to the locker room. Didn't come back. So Dolphins need to get more information once they get back to Miami, and yeah, I mean we saw Jack Jones get hurt momentarily, but he went back into the game, so relatively healthy. I'm not missing anyone, right? Someone else go down.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's about it. So
Marshall's the big one there.
yeah, Marshall's a big one. Who I told Perk this, that after a week after Weaver got all this criticism, his defense today gave them a chance to win the game.
Yeah,
That's it.
that was what you wanted to see from Anthony Weaver, and against in a tough task. Always Josh Allen, especially at home, that's a tough task. And when the Dolphins were also using the run game, then that helped as well. Is to maintain some semblance of time of possession, but then got away from it in some cases, and then that's actually when the Bills go and go score. So those things kind of work in tandem, but. Yeah, solid performance. I got to look at all the numbers as far as how many possessions there were. But I mean, and then you think late they get the fourth quarter stop. It was a 3-and-out. They actually had a couple of those, and then it's the Zach Sealer running into the punter. I mean, he's trying to make a play. But costly penalty. How different things could have been if the Dolphins are then driving with the football 7 minutes to go instead of what ultimately turns into the go-ahead touchdown because he gave him a new set of downs.
I'm with you there. All right. By the way, Welt Rheaume, bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Call them 954-966-4646. We are in hurricane season, folks. So just in case, and you get storms, and sometimes there's a rainstorm or a windstorm. It doesn't have to be a hurricane, and it can cause some damage. They have their own adjusters. They will send their adjusters, and then they will call the insurance company and handle the insurance company for you. So make sure you call Welt Rheaume, 954-966-4646 for those of you here in Florida. All right. You tell me, my brother. Perk tried to sell us that there's still hope. You pumping opium?
Yeah, I mean, as far as this season turning into some kind of playoff run,
Yes.
obviously the
Just
chances.
playoffs. Just play. Don't give me playoff run. I mean, don't insult my intelligence, please. Playoffs. Do you actually think, Mr. Mora, they'll make the playoffs?
No. Yeah, I mean, you don't start 0-3 and then just make that much of a run. It would take so much to happen. Like, I mean, Joe Burrow's down for the Bengals, but it's just so many other teams would have to really falter because it's not just that the Dolphins would have to go and turn things around. You probably want to get to at least 10-7, and so the math on that is to go 10-4 the rest of the way. So that's a tough task, especially when it gets tougher second half. So no, you don't count on that. It's more so just about. If you could just get somewhere through this October, start with the game against the Jets. If they lose at home against the Jets on a Monday night, then listen, I'm not taking the pressure off of Mike McDaniel just because he played tight at Buffalo and lost. You're right back into disaster mode if they lose at home to the New York Jets and you are 0-4 plus 0-3 in the division against the Patriots and the Jets at home. You lose your home games to those two teams, then no, now you're right back onto the sky is falling mode. But I'm just saying, Mike McDaniel bought himself a little bit of time he's not getting fired this game.
So that's when you can fire him if they lose to the Jets.
Personally, I would in that case, because I think there's a lot of precedence for 4 games once your season is off to that disastrous of a start. But I don't know if Stephen Ross sees it that way. We got the report from Ian Rappaport that pregame that Stephen Ross doesn't want to, and he's going to be patient with Mike McDaniel. I think that turned out all right for this game because you did see some signs of competing against a Super Bowl contender on the road on a short week with so much adversity swirling around the team. But if with all the rest that goes into the Monday night game now, 10 days in between games, and you lose to those Jets at home, then no, now you're right back. And no matter how that happens, then no, you're right back to how you just felt going or coming off the Patriots loss with a banner flying over and all, which I think there's going to be another banner flying over that game too.
Whatever. Buy Bitcoin, bro. Be a lot better for you. All right. We're back on the Sentinel so folks can check you out, man.
Yeah, just finishing up coverage of this game, and then it's a late night. I got to see where I go, figure out something to write tomorrow, and try to enjoy a weekend too. I'm going to check out Toronto up here while I'm here with a weekend to myself. The Dolphins played here on a Thursday night. Always wanted to check out Toronto on one of these trips, but yeah, this time it'll work out.
You're going to love it, bro. I've been there a couple of times. Because when I go to Buffalo, I just go to Toronto. I mean,
nice.
Who wants to stay in Buffalo? I mean, you give me a break. You go to Toronto. That's it's awesome. I don't
want to, but I'm just not going to drive the 2 hours and go across customs to cover the game. But this time it works out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You good with La Imigra? They're going to let you back in? Are you sure? Or, you got all your papers?
Yeah, I brought a passport.
I just want to make sure,
No, I know.
If they don't let you back in, we'll get a GoFundMe page going and get you out. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe use some of the funds that'll go to that next banner to bring David Furones home.
There you go. I like it. Follow him on Twitter at @DavidFurones_. David, be safe. Enjoy Toronto, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. There you go. David Furones getting it done. We thank Welt Rheaume, proud sponsors of our program from day one on this platform. 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.